Hello, hello. This is Ark the Pie King back with another Let's Play. Today we are playing Gunforce Battle Fire Engulfed Terror Island. Now this is a run and gun. It was released in the arcades in 1991, and the best way it could be described, and this is literally, is a prequel to the spiritual prequel to the Metal Gear series. And what I mean is this game actually got a sequel, Gunforce 2. I don't know if it has a goofy suffix name or not. And that game had a drastically different art and game style. I mean, you still run around, you still grab power-ups, and they have, you know, ammunition counts like you can see at the top of my screen. But it had, like I said, it had a drastically different art style, and it looked really, really similar to the Metal Slug series. And this series did come out first. Like I said, this one was released in 1991. I'm not sure when the second one was released. I've actually never played it. But they're both pretty good games. This one's not the greatest. It's got some weird quirks that we'll get into a little bit later, some really cheap deaths and such. That section of land actually slows you down. You can't drive vehicles through it. Ooh, ooh. That was close. That's the bazooka weapon. I'm not going to be picking that up. I do think it's kind of neat that sometimes the enemies will lay down when you fire at them, and you actually can't damage them while they're laying down. I hate this boss, actually. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be a deathless run or anything fancy like that. This is not going to be a continuous run or anything fancy like that. In fact, this game is actually rather hard. In fact, I sorta wish I had the bazooka weapon right now. This is gonna take a while. It's just... the controls are really sluggish. There we go. The controls are really sluggish, especially jumping. I do like that you can aim diagonally, and of course it, as you saw, the machine gun does the sweeping thing that they do in Metal Slug, but not to quite the full extent. Let's see. I'm gonna say something. Oh, there are little, like, wordy cutscenes in between the, there are little wordy cutscenes in between the, stages, but they don't amount to anything more than, I have beaten blank. I am now going to go to blank. Let's see if I can actually still get that bullet. Sweet. We like bullets, but not when they're coming out of the enemy's guns. Oh, I thought I could duck under those. That was kind of dumb of me. Oh well. Whenever you die, you always drop whatever special weapon you had. That is a feature that is going to come in very handy later. And also going to come in handy every time I die. Oh, the flamethrower weapon. I kind of like the flamethrower. It's got a much shorter range than the, either the standard weapon or the, or the machine gun, but it's handy. One thing I don't like about this boss is those guns. Jump right into that grenade. Is those guns that I was just shooting, it does not show battle damage, but this enemy dies really fast with the flamethrower. The flamethrower actually does an insane amount of damage. It's really good. It's a great boss killer. And yeah, I have beaten blank. I'm now going to move on to blank. It's the same thing every time. And apparently I picked up the bazooka weapon. Oh, I always forget about the stage's gimmick, and I hate it. You see those enemies that are carrying the funny-shaped guns? Those are not guns, those are bombs. And when they get hit, they explode, and the explosions will kill you. This stage is full of suicide bombers, and it's mighty irritating. Now, I like this section because you can actually go up two ways. You can ride this platform, or, let me see if I can... Ah, it's not going to let me do it. There we go. Or you can shimmy across. It doesn't really accomplish anything, but it's neat. And I hate this section because that really bad static sound is supposed to be the sound of rushing water, but it just sounds like static, and you lose all of your gun sound effects. It takes up that sound channel, so that's irritating. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the laser power up. And I can't get on the shimmy thing again, can I? Oh well, Banzai! I ran into that bullet. As you can see, this game is fairly hard, and you can also probably tell that I'm not the best at it, so yeah, this is not going to be a great performance. The aiming in this game is also very odd. He won't always aim the direction you want to. There's a slight weight to him turning around, and I am going to die at this section. I kind of don't know how to not die at this section. Because if you stop to shoot them, then you get shot, and if you try to just run as fast as you can, you also get shot. And I got up here without a special weapon, which is really bad. Oh, then I was graciously given one. Hooray! Yeah, these guys will shoot you as they're coming up, and there's not a lot you can do to avoid their bullets. There's not really enough reaction time to know when they're going to shoot and adjust accordingly. You see that? He literally shot me point blank, and there's not... Unless I want to start jumping and awkwardly shooting down, then, yeah. Alright, and we beat that thing. The satellites at the top, the enemy communication tower, and now we're heading for the enemy command base. I do like this section a lot. As lacking as this game is, this is awesome, because you just get this really giant friggin' tank that shoots all these screen-clearing bullets. I don't even know why they added this in, other than sheer cool factor. Like, this entire section is so great. Unfortunately, this is about the spot that the tank always dies. Yep. There's not much you can do to keep the tank alive for longer than it's gonna be alive. Yeah. And then the other vehicles are just not really as good. I think I do want a laser. I think I'm gonna fire the gun turret up top, and then let the spread fire take care of everything else. And I hate this boss so much. I mostly hate this boss because of the tank's controls. See, if you try turning around, then you have to let the turn finish before you can start aiming up. Otherwise, all it does is, it will turn back the way you were facing. But boss isn't too bad, just the tank controls in this fight are really awkward because of the turning mechanics. And we blew away the enemy command base. Now we're going to head for the enemy fortress, which I would have assumed were the same thing, but what do I know? I'm just a guy with a controller. I like the laser. I think it functions a little better than the bazooka, because it pierces a little better. Oh, I just got straight murked by that guy. That's something the kids still say? Straight murked? Oh well. Right across the 20 feet there. As you probably saw, his, you have to wait for his arm to finish, like, actually going up and down, otherwise he will fire in whatever direction the gun is facing. And son of a gun just made me lose my laser gun. Oh well, I got another one. Yeah, you will die a lot in this game. This game is way cheaper than any of the Metal Slug games were. It's a fun... Oh, I just want to get my laser gun back. It's a fun game, but... I mean, I'm really glad that they're so generous with the invincible... I'm gonna get that laser gun. So heaven help me, I'm gonna get it. Like, that is a thing that's gonna happen. I don't care how many pretend quarters I have to put into this thing. I'm leaving this tower with the laser gun. Oh my god. Oh my god, and now I can't get it. This game, people. Oh well, I got a different one. And then I died again. You'd think that you can drop through this floor, because you can drop through other floors, but no, you have to walk over to the laser before, the ladder, before the game will allow you to drop. I don't even understand why. Didn't duck. Oh well. I don't normally have this much problem with this boss. Yeah. It's so awkward to try to get him to aim in the proper direction in this game. And like I said, the jump physics are very floaty. It's pretty difficult to get out of the bullet's way in time. But one very handy thing is that every time you drop a weapon and pick it back up, you're given full life back. And I always loved this boss because it reminds me of a duckfoot pistol, which was actually a thing. They were very popular in the 1800s with like carriage drivers and bodyguards because of their ability to deal with multiple assailants. So yeah, a duckfoot pistol basically looks exactly like that thing that I'm shooting. It was a pistol with several barrels that would fire in a spread. A little bit of useless trivia for those of you that are into that sort of thing. I like learning about old weapons and such, because it's certainly more interesting than fighting this thing. It just consists of me running back and forth like a moron, and occasionally getting shot. There we go. Yeah, by the way, I never pressed diagonal. You see how he's aiming his gun diagonally? He always does that. And, oh, I didn't see where we were going. But yeah, that was not much of a fortress. That was more like destroying a few guns and then patting yourself on the back for destroying a fortress. You know, that old common metaphor. Can I jump and grab a ladder? Nope. Well, I can land and grab a ladder and then get shot. Sort of the same thing. Once again, I'm going to complain about the aiming. I was attempting to aim right, and instead, he aimed up. And ride down this awkward elevator. I will get shot at the bottom. That is simply a thing that happens. Nope. Oh, and that's the first time I've ever successfully gone down that ladder the first try. Usually, he just kind of stutters around the ladder for a minute, and then another spider comes in. I haven't found an elegant way to dodge that laser before, and trust me, I've tried. This section. This section is death. I wonder if it's gonna let me go down this ladder. Nope. See, I'm on top of the ladder, and I ducked instead of actually going down the ladder. Like, I like a lot of the concepts this game brings, and I'm surprised I never got a console with how many problems it has. But it just wasn't quite perfect, you know? There we go. And I'm trying to... I would very much like to get out. Thank you. Now, you'd think the goal is to hit that big thing up there, which I thought was the goal at first, but nope. You have to shoot, like, the word system. And then, once you destroy that, you can get to the next phase of the fight. Probably clear out these guys. There we go. I'm gonna get shot here in a second. Yep. Yeah, you have to destroy, like, the word system in the bottom base part of him before you can actually start hitting him, and I'm never going to get done with all these guys down here. So I'm going to die on purpose there, get the laser into a good spot, and then die again. Yeah, this game's really, really cheap with the death. There we go. Alright, and we beat Gunforce, Battle Fire Turbo Ship Edition. And this ending is really, really awkward, and the music for it is really, really bad. It just sounds like something that would be in a Genesis-era cartoon licensed game. This is just not a great game. I'll be honest, the only reason I even wanted to play it was because I enjoy the story of how this game ultimately gave us Metal Slug. But yeah, that was Gunforce Battle Fire Engulfed Terror Island, and it's so hard to get out in one go. But anyway, that's the end of the game. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great night.